Hello, I am Qiyara, and welcome to another video. Today, I am going to be talking about my initial, even though this is a little bit before a week of NTE, my initial impressions for the first week. It is currently 2 a.m., so I am trying to do this quietly, but I wanted to do this before the reset, and then my math for something later on in the video is wrong. I have some notes on my other screen, so you're probably going to be able to see me look up at those. I just noted down everything that I kind of wanted to say. It wasn't exactly, it was just like the main idea, so that I can get this video across and it won't be like a half an hour of me just rambling about the same thing back and forth. So as you can see, I am level 31. I have quite a bit of currency. If we open up that menu, see I've got quite a bit of polls. I have not polled for Natalie. I have used all of my polls here, and it was a total of 155 polls that I've used, and I have gotten 3 characters. So I'm just going to start from the beginning of my notes. The launch of NTE was a little bit rough. I will say day 1, I had a lot of performance issues, specifically when opening this character I performance was really bad. I was initially annoyed about that, but basically as of day 2, it seemed like they had patched all the problems. Sometimes it still happens and goes low performance, like low FPS of the characters when you're switching between menus, but for the most part, it seems fixed, which I am very surprised with. Because of the fixing and how quick they seem to have fixed it, I would rate the launch of 4 out of 5. It wasn't perfect, but it was definitely pretty good. For the story, it was interesting, and it definitely has, I think, a decent hook, even though you kind of don't really... The main character, like most gachas, it's like, this main character, you don't really know anything about them, and they have amnesia. They don't know anything, which is a little bit annoying compared to other gachas that I've played at launch. I don't think it's better than Honkai Star Rail's launch story. Bellabog was really good. It was better than Wua's launch story. It was better than, I would say, Genshin's launch story. ZZZ's launch story. However, it doesn't really catch me. Personally, I rate it at a 2 out of 5. However, I will say that I think it's better than those other ones I just said. There's just a lot of annoying things about the story, or stuff that I just don't care about. Like during one of the stories, you're going to an auction, and the entire time there's 2 kids that you're with that are bickering back and forth, Haniel being one of them, and then the other one's name is Ilika. I understand that kids do that, but it was so annoying, and it pissed me off. I'm like, if this is what they do all the time, which it definitely seems like they do the entire time that they were together, at any point they would argue with each other. Why would you take them on any mission, especially that kind of mission? I don't know. The other mission that I really hated was the Tagido mission, but I guess a lot of people hate Tagido, so thumbs up, guys. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the combat. I think the combat is really good. It is simplified Wuthering Waves combat. The parries, the dodging, it's the same symbols that show up. I think the timing for parrying is a lot more generous in NTE. And instead of intro skills and outro skills that Wuwa has, this game has support skills instead. Where the main thing you're doing with the support skills, it isn't necessarily the support skill itself, because from my just looking at all these characters, the support skill just does damage, regardless of who you look at. It just does damage. But the main thing you're doing with it is you're not looking at the damage that it deals. You want to look at the reactions that it causes. So if you're switching from your G1 to your main character, I think you're actually Blossom. Sorry. If you go from G1 to your main character, since you hit, there's both these elements that are going to be affecting, and you are doing a support skill, it's going to cause Blossom. And then same thing with main character to G1, it'll cause Blossom. And then because of this, which is a enhancement that you can get, which for the most part, from what I've seen, are really nice quality of life things. She adds an additional Vita Bud that will shoot out anima things at targets. Haniel drains with Nova. It'll drain enemy attack and buff allies attacks, which is crazy because she's already buffing attack here. We got 15% here, and then 14% here, and then up to 16% here, and then with the console set, whatever this is called, an additional 15% here. She's just buffing attack on attack on attack. And then even another one, Discord. Discord, from what it seems like, is you need. I haven't proc Discord, so I don't think this helps me at all. But it is pretty interesting. The different characters are modifying the support skills, and these support skills I feel like are going to be pivotal on why you're going to want to use a certain character within a team that you're wanting to build. With Haniel, if you build her, you can put her into any team. One of my teams that I have been using, one of the teams I've been using is this team, which is mainly just the main character and Jiwon. And then Haniel is just applying attack, but when she gets enough of her Esper energy, or whatever it's called, her cycle energy, I will switch out in a Daffodil, or when the enemies are about to get their stat or their break bar gone, I'll switch to Daffodil, since she does a lot more break damage, and she's a break DPS, ready. So we can see right here, break boost. And I'll have her break the enemies. So this team has been really good. I just recently got Cheese. I don't have. I mean, if we look at my Tycoon level, I literally am level 18, so I just got Cheese. I haven't really used her that much, but she is pretty cool. I'm going to stop right there because I want to go into this a little bit later. So far, the bosses are they're not anything crazy. I do have a problem with some of them because they have like the effect saying the boss is going to attack right here, or like the boss is going to attack now, and they have that red, like, I don't know what you call it, red thing happen. And you basically dodge right after you see that, and you'll be dodging. There's some bosses that do that effect, and then they don't attack until like 4 seconds later. And it's like, if you're going to have the effect shown for that attack, don't show it before they attack. I don't know. That annoyed me a lot, but it's just a small nitpick. The overworld, if we look at my overworld, has been pretty interesting. I have completed all the quests, all the Oracle stones, all the side quests, all the anomaly commissions, all the gifts of 21, all the teleport things for all these areas. Or not teleport, sorry, the camera areas. And all the special anomaly, this is like a boss that you fight for level up materials. I had a good time doing that. There have been some of the exploration is a little bit slow because in order to, like, you can climb up basically any building. The only building you can't climb on, from what my experience, is it's not that one. That's the Ferris wheel. Is this one? Is this supercar dealer right here? Like this part where if you buy a car, it'll come up right here. You can't climb this part for some reason. I could climb this part of the building, but I couldn't climb this part of the building. And there's a Oracle stone right here, so in order to grab that one, when I was doing it, I climbed this building and then jumped off and just glided over here. That was a little bit weird, but for the most part, you can climb basically anything. It's just a little bit slow, and you do use stamina, but only when you're doing like the jumps in order to speed up your climbing. And if you run out of stamina while you're climbing, you can still keep climbing because the climbing itself isn't using stamina. It's just like the dashes, I guess, that you use. So that's a little bit annoying, but I guess that could be one of the slight hindrances that they are purposely doing so that you pull for Nanalie in order to change your gravity and walk up the wall. Another thing with the overworld that I thought was really interesting was these hobbies, like little minigame things that you can use your city stamina on. I'm just going to explain all these just a little bit, just to just basically show how unique and different unique experiences this game offers. So city delivery, you just go up to any of these spots on the map, and there's going to be a guy you talk to, and you get in a car, and you want to get to the, like we can see right here, the delivery location as quick as possible. 90% plus rating. You'll see a rating that you have, or like a durability, I guess, that you have, and you want to make sure that you don't crash into very many stuff and get there as quick as possible, and you'll get the maximum reward. Next is races, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's just a race. A lot of them have like specific missions that you want to do, like in 100 meters. But then in this second area, the only reason I have 2 out of 3 is because it wants me to use a specific car. So that's why I haven't done any more than these. Also, I'm out of city stamina until, I'm assuming it resets in 45 minutes from right now. So I'm assuming there's some other ones over here. And also, I just have like the cheapest car that you can, it's not shown right here. It's the car right here. I don't have the Mini Cooper looking car. And then I also have a bike. It is interesting, but for the most part, if you have the car that the game wants you to have, you can easily get those first try. You can easily get the missions and everything done first try. It's just if you want to claim the rewards for doing the missions, I believe you have to have city stamina. You might be able to do the missions and you just don't get the fawns for doing it. Owner selection is a cool little mini game that I don't really know how to explain it. It's basically like an old style restaurant simulator where customers show up and they give you an icon saying this is what I want, and you're supposed to click the specific things. You know what? Maybe I can show real quick. Oh, not that one. These are all different locations that I have bought, as well as my apartments. This is the first apartment you can get for like 50,000. Then this apartment is $1 million, and then this other apartment that I was sitting in is 1.4 million. And they all come, well, Winter Apartments really doesn't have that much in it, but this one comes pretty well furnished, and this one comes pretty well furnished. I haven't really changed anything in either of them. I think this one I have placed some things that I bought from different shops, but that's just to increase comfort level, really. But it is cool that you can get all these different locations, and then in these locations you can invite your characters to live with you if you have them to bond level 4. Swift Travels is you basically use your personal car as a taxi, and you go to the pickup location, and you know, pick up a location, you pick up the person, and then you get rewards based on how quick you can get there. I believe there's like a maximum reward, and it's pretty easy to get. And I do think that it does go to, it's basically a patience meter that you're dealing with from the customer, and you'll get, it's pretty easy to get the best reward. I haven't really done that very much. Then there's a Pink Paws Heist, which you get at Tycoon level 10. This is probably my favorite game mode. You can get up to 1 million fawns every 2 weeks from doing this, and apparently if you play multiplayer with this, then you can get a lot more fawns per run, because you only have like 12.5 minutes per run. But I've only ever done this single player, and so it took me like 8 or 9 runs of actually being able to escape in order to get the 10 million or the million fawns for the 2 weeks. Because some of my runs I got to the end and then there was no escape. I couldn't find an escape that wasn't closed, and so I wasted 12 minutes. So that is the most unfortunate thing about this, but that I didn't really explain that very well. But it's like a bank. There's different areas you're trying to get a bunch of collectibles, and then there's telephone booths we can see right here that you can escape from. But the lower the time goes, the more of these escape telephone booths disable. I think the only one that's always disabled is in this vault. There's one behind a boss down here, but the unfortunate thing about it is the boss is kind of a little bit hard. I think it just has a lot of health. When I tried it once, and I ended up wasting a vault key and a cube, a Qiyara cube. So I'm only going to try that if I have other people to help me. And if we rush it directly, I don't want to be able to. I want to see if that boss will give a lot of rewards or not. And then there's the go-to fishing minigame that most gachas seem to be adding. It's pretty simple, and you can get a lot of rewards. You can also use a lot of your stamina pretty quick, because each time you sell your oh shoot, not that. If I can just open my fish hold. If I were to click quick sell, I believe it'll let me stop. Yeah. So every single one of these items are going to give me shells, which you can use to buy at the fish shop. However, it'll also give you fawns if you have enough city stamina in order to consume, in order to give you fawns, if that makes sense. This is why I'm keeping a lot of these rare ones that I have. Oh, I guess I don't have very many. But that's why I'm keeping these. Oh, wait, do they only last a certain... Oh, it only survives... Interesting. Okay, these will survive long enough. Everything basically here will survive. I might have lost quite a few because I held on to them for too long. That's good to know. But then once you hit level 10, you'll get a free outfit. But it's interesting, but it's like not like that engaging, especially if you don't have any city stamina in order to get fawns. I just mainly did it while I was like watching an anime on my other screen or watching YouTube or something. But then you also get like daily demand things, which will give you more rewards than just quick selling them. So we can see 500%. So this is, I guess, normally like 30-ish, 24 to 30. And then because of this, we're getting 120 to 150 shells. And then I believe that also correlates to the fawns you get from quick selling it, but I'm not sure. The next activity is Mahjong, which I haven't tried. Next is Tetraminos, which is Tetris, but it's really bad. It's really, really bad. For some reason, the blocks move fairly fast, but like down fairly fast. But it's not responsive. They really need to fix it. I don't know why it's so bad, but you'll click something and it'll take like half a second to register what you do. And sometimes if you're going back and forth too quickly, it'll sometimes like skip up like a space trying to catch up to your commands. And then sound system is a rhythm mini game where you're on the drums. I didn't like it. It's way harder than most games, like most rhythm games and gacha games. At least to get 100% or like do pretty well. I think I usually got like 80%, which I don't think is that bad, but I was also kind of not doing it correctly. So that is all it for the Heathrow hobbies, which I think honestly it's really cool. You start out with only 250 energy, and then I believe at different tycoon levels you'll get I think 150 more, and then it might actually be from one of the anomalies in the apartments. I would, if you are low level, I would keep an eye on these apartments. One of the reasons that I got this 1 million apartment before I got the 1.4 million, I could have gone straight to the second one, but if we go here, this one has it shares some anomalies that the first one has, but it also has different anomalies like this one. Increase character pixels. So this increases my limit of if we go, you can see performance struggling right there. Increases how much I could have there, and then I think most of the other stuff. This is the first one that has a gilded butler, but the other one has it as well. The hamster ball, I need Hathor if I want to use it. I think this one also is exclusive to this one, at least from the ones I have so far. But yeah, that is one of the reasons that I got both of them. There is reasons to have, I believe, all of them, because I guess another reason to have all of the locations is your comfort score, like your overall comfort score. In I guess I should go to the right menu. It stacks on top of all of them. So like the free apartments or the free furnishing that you get inside of all these. Oh, you can display which one. Okay, we'll display this one. Increases your overall comfort score, and so you can level up your renovation level. Oh, there we go. That's the one I'm looking for. Or maybe not. I don't know where the comfort score that I'm looking for is, but yeah. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is the bond system, which we go here. The bond system, a lot of these characters you will find in the overworld, and you can get different interactions with them, and they are surprisingly like more adult than you would expect. Like she takes you to a bar and then gets you drunk, and you have to drink an entire drink in order for her to answer questions, which you don't get to ask. Your character just automatically asks them, and then she like jokes about taking you home or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but it is interesting. One of the main things that you probably should care about with this bond system is once you get certain characters, not all of them, once you get characters to max level, you unlock an outfit for them, which for Mint, we can actually see right here. Whenever you invite any of them to live with you in your apartment, they will have their level 10 Bond outfit equipped while they are walking around. So we got Fadia's, which is like kind of a nun outfit. And then one of the other things is you also have like, depending on your Bond, we can see level 6, you can go back to back. Level A6, you can also hug. And then level, I think it's like level 2, you can hold hands. And then we got G1s over here. I am currently going for hers, and cheeses, but I just got cheese, so cheese is a low level. But it is definitely something that is interesting. If you are trying to go for certain characters, so make sure I think you can only give out 10 gifts per day. So you definitely be picky on what you give them. Give them either one of their favorite things or something that gives a lot. Like if you just give a bunch of flowers that give 100, then you're kind of wasting a little bit of time, because like I said, only 3 per day. Oh, here we go. I think this is the gift. So maybe it's only 9 you can give out a day, because I gave out 3 to Cheese, and 3 to Fadia, and 3 to Jiwan. But then if we go to these other characters, you can see they still have 3. But I do think it's cool that you can get outfits from the bonds. That's one of the main reasons that I am focusing a lot on the bonds, is because the outfits look really nice. I think they look better than their default outfits. Talking about outfits, let me go into the outfit screen.
Want to hang out?
There is a lot of customization, which I do like this way better than how the other games that I'm playing are doing skins. Like this one is the outfit I'm going for from the Pink Paws Den. After you get enough of the Pink Paws currency, you can buy it for 30,000, which I only have like 3,000 right now, so it's kind of a lot. You can buy this with in-game currency, some fawns. This is from the jail. I'm not really going to talk about it, but basically it's got the wanted system from GTA, and if you get it to max, then you'll fight a level 99 boss, and once that level 99 boss knocks you out, then knocks out like 2 or 3 of your characters, then you'll go to jail, and you'll have to either spend 7 days. It's not like in-game 7 days. It's just like it'll jump to like lunchtime and free time and work time and nighttime. You can find different, like I think there's like 5 or 6 different ways to escape. Another one, you can use your premium currency or 3 million, and then this is the fishing outfit for the main character. But then G1, you can see level 10 Bond, which cake, bro, cake. And then we got Cheese. Cheese has a really cute outfit. And then also this is a paid outfit, which I'm totally okay with them. I mean, if the skins were only paid, it would be a little bit annoying, but I would also understand. But it is nice that they're giving out quite a few like cute skins that are free. Skiri has this, which is, I don't really care. Here's Fadia's. Daffodil I do have. I've spent a little bit on the game. I think a total of $23. And one of the things I did was I bought this with currency, and then I bought 10 standard poles, and then I still have, if we look at my, oh my gosh, look here, we can see I still have a little bit of currency here. And then I bought her weapon that you can get for $3, and then a daily pass. So that's all I've done with it. But yeah, so far the customization is really nice. I like that there's lots of stuff you can get for free, but then there's stuff like behind paywalls. I'm okay with that. I mean, they got to make money somehow, so I am totally okay with that. The other character, I guess I can't see her because I don't have her.
New day.
Natalie also has quite a few outfits. So this one's a paid outfit. This is her Bond outfit, which it's nice that even she's using a Bond outfit. This is her default, and then it's basically that, but not, I guess. Also another one you can get for free if you spend 3 million, and then this one is from the gacha, which you can either get at, I think, 200 polls if you accumulate 200 polls on her banner, or you can also just get it randomly if you hit the right spot. I think it's a percentage chance to just get it on any of the tiles, but there's like specific tiles that it's a higher chance to get, which is definitely a way to get people to pull more on a certain character that they really like. Since the gacha is only 90 polls to guarantee the character, since there's no 50-50. So I do really like, but I can see how this could also be really bad in the future. I do like the unique how they're adding, like, certain characters have their own unique perks, where, like, Nanalie, like I said earlier, she can walk on walls if you use her ability, and she can also go upside down, like right here. So this is a spot you can, it's roofed over. She can climb up here and then go upside down. And then the new character, Hitori, I guess I'm saying new character. The next character on the banner is going to be Hitori. She can stop time, and then there's more characters than just that. But then Cheese is the last one I'm going to talk about. You get her for free from Tycoon level 18, and from her charged attack, right here, you can get, well, I'll just show you. You can get 40,000 fawns per day, up to, I don't actually understand what this is saying. Up to 250,000 fawns, I guess, total, and then 500,000 fawns once you hit level 25. I don't know if this ever resets, or if it's saying that this is as much as you can get from her, and then that extra passive thing that gives you, I mean, this extra bonus from the skill is just useless, or maybe it'll only give you one, I guess, upon reaching no more funds can be obtained this way. Yeah, so maybe it's just 500,000 funds total, which is a little bit dumb. I wish that it was like, I don't know, kind of incentivized, like, I don't know, every month, maybe a monthly cap of 500,000, and then we have the heist that we can do twice a month for 2 million funds total, and then this for 500,000 funds, and you got to make sure you take care of it daily because you get 40,000. It says 3 because I got I used it 3 times on characters past the daily cap, so I only got 1 for those 3. But that, I do think that's really interesting. We're gonna go back inside because the music is less intrusive. Next up, I did talk about this a little bit. The gacha itself is pretty generous so far. I have done 155 pulls, and I have gotten 3 characters. Yes, I've gotten 3 characters for pulling. Like my first 10 pull, I got Daffodil at 6 pity. I got Fadia on my 4th 10 pull. So before I even got the selector, so like 25 to like 35 pity. I'm not sure exactly where. I got my second Daffodil at like 75-ish pulls. It was just after stop pity. I got Security from the selector that they sent out in the mail. And those are all the 5 stars I have. I haven't pulled on this banner at all because I'm going to save for Hitori. I don't care about Nanalie. It does seem like she is good with Jiwon, but Jiwon, I think she's good and she is fun to play, and I'm using her because she's good, but she's not the main focus on the game. The characters I like the most right now are Hitori. Number 1 is Blackbird, and then Hitori, and then I also do like Lacrimosa, so I'm hoping that, I mean, right here, this is like 105 pulls-ish. I'm hoping that I can get Hitori and then get enough pulls in order to get Lacrimosa on the next banner, because it's the next banners are Hitori, then Lacrimosa, then Chaos. In case you didn't know that, I do think that the like little mini game. Can I if I click in, like this little game board is pretty interesting to watch. It's definitely more interactive kind of thing because you're hoping, like right here, I hope I land on this. I'm pretty sure this is a guaranteed. If you land on this space, you get an S rank. Oh my gosh, 5 pulls over here. I didn't know that. But I've gone through these coves at least like twice on both sides, and every time I hit them, I get like here, and then I roll a 6, and then I get out, and then over here I get in, and then I roll all the way to the end, and then I get out. Like I never get low rolls when I'm in here, which is when you want to get low rolls is when you're in here. But I do think it's nice. But yeah, overall, I do think the game is nice. I do want to keep up with it. Currently, I do know that the devs are the ones who made Tower Fantasy, and that one, to be honest, Tower Fantasy kind of boring to me. But I mean, this so far, it's based on something, or it's the foundation of the game is really good, and so I am hopeful for the future. But I do keep up with Wuthering Waves and Xenoblade Zone Zero and Honkai Star Rail still, so I don't know if I'm going to add this onto games that I need to keep up with. But as of right now, I think I'm going to try to keep up with it. And so if any of this has been interesting to you, or if you want to add anything that I maybe missed, then let me know down in the comments. And yeah, that's just my take on the game so far. I would recommend playing it if you are in the market for a new gacha game, but if you aren't, I will say this exploration, all this stuff, this took a while. So if you are not looking for something that will take time, like using your city stamina and all this stuff, if you're trying to keep up with the game fully, then this is definitely not the gacha for you. But if you're in the market for something, then I think it's definitely worth a shot, and you could try it out and see if you get lucky with your pulls. And I mean, even if you don't get lucky, if you create a character within the first 1.0 period, you get a standard selector at 50 pulls on this banner. You'll get to select any of these 6 characters, and then you also get in the mail, you will also get this, which is also another selector between those 6 characters. So you'll be able to get guaranteed 2 S-class characters, and then within like the first 25 levels or something, you'll be able to hit pity and get 3 characters guaranteed. If the game intrigues you and you're on the fence about it, maybe give it a shot. But I don't think it's a must play, and I can totally see it not being for everybody. However, I do think it has one of the best launch patches with the amount of things you can do. If you did enjoy, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.